Weather portion of Ag Week now in the 2-week outlook. For the most part, if you live in the northern plains, it's going to be fairly cold, disappointingly cold from Easter right on through the middle part of the month. Cold weather has dropped into the northern plains, upper Midwest, and it's not showing any sign of leaving. We'll take a look at the pattern that's delivering this particular wave of cold weather and what that means perhaps for planting season in the upper Midwest, northern plains. Well, the other side of that, it does not look particularly stormy in the northern part of the country. Let's take a look at the jet stream first. Split flow across the Pacific. Jet right now is diving down. Easter Sunday has been very cold across the northern plains and upper Midwest, especially Montana, North and South Dakota. And this pattern is really only just beginning. It's going to stay fairly cold. Looks like as we go through this week, there will be a subtle relaxation of the cold in the second half of the week, and the cold will begin to retreat back toward Hudson Bay, but remain fairly chilly. Now, the demarcation here, when I draw cold, that means high temperatures generally near or below freezing. Okay, so we're talking low to mid 30s or even colder than that. The chilly weather is 30s and 40s and maybe a stray 50. So we're still talking pretty chilly weather as we go on toward the end of the week. And with this jet stream kind of reforming back here, as we go into the second week, you'll notice there will likely be another surge of fairly cold air. And this is kind of impressive because this is happening without a chain of snowstorms. You know, earlier in the month, we had a snowstorm that brought down a few days of very cold weather. This is just weather that's going to be unusually cold. So what does that mean for precipitation? I do see one system breaking out of the Rockies this week and producing a swath of snow. I think it's going to be south of North Dakota, but I can't say where it'll set up. South Dakota, Nebraska might clip a portion of Iowa. There'll be some wet weather along the East Coast, not soaking wet weather, but some showers and rain. The one part of the country that does look fairly wet is the deep part of the Southeast and Florida. And I look for some persistent Rocky Mountain snows in the Four Corners area, mostly elevational stuff, but there may be some significant amounts. West Coast looks dry. As we move ahead to the second week, this will be April 19th through 25th. This persistent cold weather in the Rockies will continue to produce areas of moderately heavy snow in the Four Corners area, probably some further north. There will be some showers and some rain continuing down in Florida, but it looks like a relatively dry overall pattern into the northern plains. So once again, the 2-week outlook, even though we're in April, we're getting a cool pattern for the time being. So the cold snap will likely linger for a couple of weeks, but for most of the northern plains, upper Midwest, most parts that is, it will be cold, yet not particularly wet.